What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris. I'm going to bring you another game from the Starseries Season 3. This is going to be between Na'Vi on the Radiant and Mouz Sports on the Dire, and this time, hey look, my mic is on and we get to watch the draft. Awesome, awesome, unless you skipped it anyway, in which case I should, well, no, I'm not going to do that. That was a disaster last game. Anyway, Na'Vi and Mouz Sports, two relatively stable teams. Mouz Sports had a little bit of shuffling post TI2. Na'Vi have been the same since, well, right after TI1 when Artstyle left. But already, Na'Vi, they're going to go for the big team fight. Mouz Sports, they're some pretty big team fight as well. Vacuum into the black hole is a pretty deadly combination. Keep in mind that this is still the 0.74 patch, not the newest patch, so no changes from any of these heroes. So the band's looking pretty normal. Templar Assassin making it to the band pool. She's pretty much first pick material anyway, so hell, why not first ban material as well? But Na'Vi, they have a pretty solid tri-lane going on immediately right off the bat. Naga Siren net into a split earth is pretty good for a dual lane, but once you add a Tide Hunter for that extra gush damage minus armor, plus fish power, which of course is the imaginary benefit that you get from having more fish on your team, well, that's a pretty good tri-lane. They of course also have the ultimate combo. That is the Song of the Siren into the Ravage. Pretty good there. And unless the Enigma from Mouz Sports gets a BKB and pulls off the play from the TI2, well, that's pretty much guaranteed to hit. And Mouz Sports going to go for a Brewmaster. Very interesting. They're going to go max out their team fight as much as they can. Brewmaster split the Brewlings. They could attack during the Song of the Siren. So if he gets that split off beforehand, then he should be fine. But even if he does get caught by that song, well, then he's just going to be mashing that R button so that when Tide Hunter does Ravage, Brewmaster's just going to, well, hopefully dodge it unless something really weird happens. Na'Vi, they're going to ban out the Shadow Shaman. Mouz Sports banning out the Enchantress. Chen also got banned out. And there's the Disruptor. Both teams are looking for supports at this point. Like Enigma and Darkseer are kind of support-oriented, but not really what you would call support heroes. The Shrek and Tide Hunter are kind of the same way. Na'Vi, they do have the tri-lane set up. They're probably going to look towards a mid-lane hero as well as a long-lane hero. Or, someone else's solo. A Windrunner, a Queen of Pain, well, Invoker's not in the pool. Storm Spirit might not be bad either. Or, Pudge. Yeah, it's Dendy's Pudge, why not? Do it, do it, do it, do it. They're going to pick up a Nature's Prophet. Probably not going to jungle, although he does have the option to do so. Mouz Sports, they have the long lane settled with the Darkseer. Brewmaster usually does go to the mid lane, and they went in the jungle. So they're probably going to look towards a heavy damage dealer. Would not be surprised to see an anti-mage pick up from them. And then someone, supporty, like a Shadow Demon or something like that. That's probably what Mouz Sports is going to go for. The team fight AoE from both of these teams is pretty darn huge. So far, there isn't a hero that doesn't really offer... no heroes haven't been picked up that don't offer anything in the team fight. That's why it's kind of important that Na'Vi ban out the Disruptor, who's a pretty good anti-team fight hero. You just drop down that Static Storm, and then everyone in there is sad because they gotta move, but they usually can't move because of that kinetic field. And then, pain and death and suffering happens, and that's never good. Mouz Sports, their support pick is going to be that Venomancer. So even more AoE damage with that ultimate of his. And then Anti-Mage or CK even might not be bad for Mouz Sports as their final pickup. Na'Vi, they do have the Naga Siren. They could choose to run another carry-oriented hero, but most likely it's not going to be the case. The Queen of Pain, probably, I'd say. Queen of Pain and Storm Spirit. Oh, well, there you go. We get to see two Pudges. Oh, and a Tiny from Mouz Sports. There you go. So that's going to be their quote-unquote carry hero. But wow, two Pudge games in one day. Na'Vi, thank you, Na'Vi. Just thank you. The Pudge is going to go to the mid lane. Nature's Prophet going to go onto the hard lane, or the easy lane, really. And then there's going to be a tri-lane for Na'Vi. That's what I'm predicting. But Black has taken the role of Tiny. And Black is the designated carry player for Mouz Sports. Tiny is going to go for the Phase Boots drum into big stick kill things build. So that's going to be Black playing the Tiny. Alex is going to be supporting him with the Venomancer. Venom Scale is pretty good setup for that Avalanche Toss combo. Really allows Tiny to get right up close and personal. Kuroki still labeled as a stand-in, although at this point he's pretty much Mouz. Bambo is going to be on the Enigma, and Sing Sing is going to be soloing the mid lane as the Beastmaster. Enigma has geared up for a lane build, so Kuroki might be jungling? He's going to pick up wards. I don't know what Kuroki's going to do. Vavorit is going to be playing the carry Naga Siren on the Navi side. Art once again on the Leshrac. Puppy on the Tidehunter, also going to be playing a little bit of a support-oriented hero. And Dendi, the legendary Dendi Pudge. That, of course, leaves Light of Heaven to be playing Nature's Prophet, a hero that he has had a lot of experience with. So Kuroki does look like he's going to jungle it. Well, I don't know. His build is really, really weird. I would have expected him on this bot lane. But Bambo, he's geared up for a lane. He does have 3 clarities, but, you know, usually you don't see any tangos, or you only see one set of tangos. You might do a little bit of a lane switcheroo. But anyway, if you haven't seen it already, I just casted a Navi game like 2 games ago. And Dendi was Pudge, and he killed everything. He was 1v1 in the mid lane versus a Storm Spirit, and he got like 3 solo kills against Storm Spirit. Yeah, it was ridiculous, and then he just snowballed out of control. So this Dendi's Pudge, the stuff of legends right here. It's a force to be reckoned with. He's going to get protected farm on the bot lane, where there is going to be Bambo's the Enigma, so Pudge is going to have free farm up until that level 6 mark, or something like that, in which case he's going to split off and do his own thing. It's like Arzart and Vavorit are going to dual lane it up mid. Arzart is going to prevent Sing Sing from getting a whole lot done here, while Vavorit just gets as much farm as he can. You can already see he feigned throwing out the net. And a net into a split earth is a pretty good combo. Not enough damage at this point, however, to actually get a kill. Light of Heaven, maybe he's going to think about jungling, seeing that there's a protected Tiny up on this lane. And yeah, Kuroki is going to jungle as Darkseer. Very interesting. You cannot smoke camp anymore. Smoke creep camp? What do you call it? Smoke neutral? Neutral smoke? You can't use the smoke to neutral anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. Whatever. So that did hurt the Darkseer just a little bit, but he's not stacking, so he must have messed that one up. Darkseer jungling, very interesting when you could have Bambo jungling and the Darkseer in the long lane, because that's usually what you see happen, because Darkseer is just such a stable long lane hero, and Enigma is such a great jungler. I don't know why they would switch him, but Mouz Sports, they're switching it up a little bit. See if it works out for them. Light of Heaven completely abandoned that top lane. He wasn't going to get anything done there anyway. He's going to instead jungle as well as he can. With Puppy taking up 2 of the camps, it could be a little bit difficult. Dendi going to get a very short range hook onto Bambo and just walk him down. Bambo is trying to kite around for these Eidolons to do the damage, but he's taking a lot more damage than Dendi is taking. And Bambo is going to go down. One more hit. Dendi gets first blood. And now this Pudge, he looks like he is, you know, made of flesh and everything, but he's actually completely made of snow. And he's going to start balling out of control. Yes, that was awesome, I know. But Pudge with the level 1 hook. What is that? 700 range? That's about the max range of a tower, I believe. 700 range? Yeah, or like 750 on a tower. I don't actually remember. I should tell you. But not the longest range hook, not the most damage. But hell, 1 level of Rot is all you need to get a kill. And that's why Rot is taking that first level for Pudge, because he can just walk someone down. And Bambo did have some Eidolons up, but only level 1 Eidolons versus a level, what was it, 2 or 3 Pudge. Now with Puppy joining the fray, they're going to look towards pushing this tower, kill off these Eidolons at least, because they are pulling the aggro off of the tower. Unfortunately, well, they didn't keep the aggro, and another creep wave is coming in. So they could get a little bit of damage onto this tower. It's not going to be all that much, as another creep wave from Mouz is coming in. Puppy looking to tank that up and a gush onto Bambo. Dendi is getting blocked by the Eidolon, so his hook gets denied. Puppy's tanking up the creep wave, trying to allow for their own creep wave to do as much damage to the tower as they possibly can. Brought it down to half health, so not bad there for an initial push. 1 more of those and they should be fine. Then he does have his bottle up, and Bambo, he's got to be really, really cautious. Single hook and he's dead. As long as he stays behind the creep wave, he should be fine. But Puppy, so aggressive, looking for that gush. The gush makes landing that hook that much easier, because they can't juke very effectively at all. And Kuroki still farming in the jungle, only level 3. I feel like this is kind of a mistake, putting Kuroki in the jungle as opposed to you know, Bambo in the jungle. Bambo usually does take the hard lane for Navi, but you know, the heroes just, you know, they align themselves a lot more better to have switched roles. Light of Heaven continuing to get farm. Only level 2. He's been struggling just a little bit. That's kind of surprising. I mean, like, he had a lot of time to jungle. 3 minutes. He should be at level 3 at least. I mean, Kuroki's level 3. Light of Heaven wasted a little bit of time realizing that the top lane was dead. Really, he should have been at least... Well, there you go, level 3. So the levels are just a little bit bugged, I suppose. That experience bar bug. Still not 0.75 yet. I hope we're almost there, because I would like to see some 0.75 games. Some Bat Rider, some Shadow Fiend. Good stuff, good stuff. Sing Sing is getting completely denied anything from this mid lane as Havorst. Wow, 29 for 11 versus only 1-0. Arzart just being a wall of hero, preventing Sing Sing from even getting close. Well, as I say that, he gets close, so damn it, Arzart. Havorst is getting a ton of farm at this lane, and he does have Arcane Boots up. So he's going to go for Arcane Boots, probably into a little bit more tanky oriented. The team fight speaks for itself, and really he just needs to get in there and make sure he doesn't die to that tiny combo. Black has been farming this entire time on the top lane, protected by Alex. With Phase Boots up, and I'm sure Drums on the way. Soul Ring actually for Kuroki. Get those unlimited Ion Shells out. But Drum is going to be in production for Black. Get that giant movement speed up, and then the next item, or eventual item, will be that Aghanim Scepter. Tiny level 6. So he's getting up there. No kills yet, but you know there's no one in the lane, so who are you going to kill? Sing Sing going to trade hits with Havorst. I'm pretty sure level 2 clap at 175 damage. Yeah, the Riptide does do more. Sing Sing going to take a net also, just a little bit of harassment damage going on to that Brewmaster. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Light of Heaven and Arzart defending against this push. 3 Plague Wards are down, so they're going to try to look towards the tower, but the Plague Ward's very low level. Not do much damage at all. Oh, Bambo might be in a little bit of trouble. Puppy looking for that hook. Kind of walled off by the Eidolons, though. Dendi is going to settle for killing off the Eidolons. Get a little bit more gold. Very good play by Bambo. Actively microing his Eidolons to form a wall around his hero, preventing himself from getting hooked.
Haste.
Havorst is now left alone on this lane as Alex, spotted out by Arzart, does have a haste rune. Havorst not with level 6 yet. He's going to take a Gale. He's going to net down Alex and try to fight this. Sing Sing is very low on HP. Split Earth not going to hit. Havorst is going to go down to this. There's a kill from the Venomation. Light of Heaven teleports in. Going to try to go for Alex, but a hook from Dendi as Dendi is approaching the mid lane. Kuroki is going to get dismembered and rotted as well as sprouted, because why not? Is Dendi wandering around as that Pudge, level 6, a very dangerous level for Pudge. Of course, he really hits his stride once he hits at level 7. Then that hook gets maxed out, and then again at 9, when his hook and rot are both maxed out. Bambo hiding in the trees, Dendi warding off, trying to spot out for him. They're constantly applying pressure, Dendi and Puppy, onto this bottom lane. And if Bambo leaves, well, he's going to take a hook to the face. Most likely, at least. So Mouz, do pick up the kill on Arzart, and that's a very much needed kill. Now transition onto this top lane. He's got to watch out, though, because he cannot take Black 1 vs 1. Avalanche Toss. Why didn't you Avalanche Toss him? That would have been the death of the Naga Siren for sure. Black doesn't really want to risk it, I suppose. There's the Avalanche, and a toss, and Horse is dead. There you go. So Naga Siren, I mean, she's farmed. She has a lot of gold. But all of that gold went to Arcane Boots, and that's not going to help you at all against Tiny. I guess movement speed a little bit, but you know, Tiny has Phase Boots, so what do you really expect? Puppy and Dendi, well, getting slowed down a little bit by this fortification, but another creep wave is coming in. They're going to take down this tower. Tidehunter with the anchor swing does pick up that tower. Now I want to see what they want to do with this. So right now, they could just continue farming the lane, getting a little bit of experience. Pudge now level 7, looking for a hook on Bambo. Is he going to go for it? He is going to go for it, and he does latch. Bambo is as good as dead. Pudge with Dismember does pick off that hero. Light of Heaven even teleporting in for this, trying to get some more pushing going on. Kill off these Eidolons, and then go for the tower. You have the creeps, you have the Treants to tank, you have the Ring of Basilius turned on. Why not? Dendi is without bottle charge, and it's on the top lane, or picked up by someone already. Arzart is getting stalked by Kuroki. If only he knew. If only he knew. Alex is closing in, and Arzart is going to fight him. He's getting blocked by Kuroki. Yes, no, he pops off the Edict, but there's 2 heroes here splitting the Edict damage, and it's only level 3. Net onto Kuroki, slowing him down. Riptide as well. Split Earth is going to follow, but no, Vacuum cancels off that Split Earth, and Kuroki does run away from that Surge. Sing Sing trying to close the distance and forced to pop off that ultimate. Puppey is in position for that Ravage. Can hit Kuroky and kill him instantly. Alex is going to be the next one to fall with that Riptide and one right click. And Sing Sing now might be in a little trouble. He's netted, but he does still have the ultimate, so he's going to live. And turn around, try to go for a kill onto this Tidehunter. He doesn't have any Kraken Shell. And here comes Black with long-range Avalanche. He could get this kill, but it looks like the Panda and Brewmaster is going to pick up the kill regardless. Hook from the friendly Pudge is going to save that Tidehunter. Wow, beautiful play by Dendy. Dendy's Pudge is truly stuff of legends. Now Sing Sing is going to get taken down. Split Earth, bringing down the last of his HP as he stayed a little bit too long in that Brewmaster form. Light of Heaven, though, is probably going to take a fall in retaliation if this Avalanche hits. Black, where are you going, Black? Oh, Black is confused. He hurt himself in his confusion. Light of Heaven, with the simplest jukes ever, confusing the hell out of Black, and, well, he managed to get away. He now does have Dendy to support, and now Black has got to be careful. He does not know that Dendy's here. Well, now he knows that Dendy's here. Does he? It's going to be close. Black, don't do it, Black. Don't do it. Hook. Oh, just barely missing. But he's going to bottle up, and he does have that magical number, 240, which will let him have that Hook Dismember combo. You know, both Tiny and Pudge have a 240 mana combo. It's kind of weird how that happened. Definitely wasn't intentional. It's just cool that it happened like that. Dendy is going to look to fish in the mid lane. You do have a Vanomancer as well as a Panda, so Snakes and Panda Bears are the catch of the day, I suppose. Got to keep an eye on Dendy, but in the meantime, the rest of his teammates pushing out this mid lane. The mid tower is very, very weak. Just a couple of flicks will take it down. Arzart with level 3 Edict, ensuring that this tower does go down, and Dendy perched on the high ground, looking for any opportunity he could find. He's going to find Sing Sing, who's without ultimate. Dendy's not going to go for it, though. He has a regeneration rune also, so he could pop off those hooks all day. Infinite mana. Nature Prophet ultimate bouncing out, giving a little bit of momentum to all the waves, as well as slowing down the top lane. Dendy playing a little bit cautiously in the back, not spotted out yet. He's going to go for, no, he's not going to go for it. Edict still damaging down the tower, and Dendy going to close in just a little bit, go for Kuroky. Hook flying wide. But they don't need to look for kills now, they just want this tower. They're going to bring it down very, very low. Now the Siege Creep, stop it, Siege Creep. Siege Creep, what are you doing? Stop. Now it's in deny range. Are they going to get it, though? Hook now onto Sing Sing. Beautiful hook by Pudge, and the Edict damage from Arzart is going to pick up that tower. Alex is going to try to get the Gale. He does land it, but he gets netted in exchange, popping off that Venomancer ultimate before he goes down. And Arzart is not going to die from this. Nothing to actually bring him down from that. Everyone from Na'Vi is going to take a lot of damage. But you know what? They're all going to live, because that Nova is not lethal. Dendy now teleporting to the top lane, where Black has been farming this entire time. Does have his drums up, going to head towards the Aghanim Scepter, most likely next. And if Black closes in on this tower, then he's going to take a hook from Dendy. Popped off that regeneration rune, and is back to full everything. Power treads on him. Arzart and Puppey, very weak, but smoked up regardless. Like, they have a ton of burst damage. If they catch someone out by themselves, doesn't matter who it is, they could pretty much burst them down if they use that Ravage. And maybe they're just going to use Havorce for bait. Get the tasty Naga Siren. Look at her, she's so tasty. There comes Black, then look towards Havorce, instantly popping off that Song of the Siren, though, and walking out. That was the weirdest smoke I've ever seen in my life. Dendy is in position, going to go for a hook. Oh, that was blind. And it was pretty close to Kuroky. Pudge, almost at that magic level 9 where he truly has hit his peak. Or, I mean, not really. Pudge always kind of gets better, but when he peaks out compared to other heroes, and he is now invisible, very deadly hero, an invisible Pudge, because Black could run right into him. But Dendy doesn't know where the true sight is, if there is any true sight at all. And Mouz, well, they do have true sight. Dendy is instead going to perch onto this high ground, look for a hook onto Black. Black, you don't want to stand there. You don't. Hook cancelled. You don't want to stand there, Black. Hook is going to latch onto the Tiny. Dismember to follow. Get cancelled by the Avalanche. Toss Dendy away onto Puppey, but Havorce is here with the Riptide. Doesn't matter. He does pick up that kill on Black. Good play by Tiny. Throwing away the Pudge towards the Tidehunter. Unfortunately, Havorce was there. Arzart was there, and now teleportation onto the top lane. Kuroky got to surge yourself out of this net. Long range onto Kuroky. Teleportation coming in from Light of Heaven as well. Riptide weakening Kuroky, and a beautiful Sprout, actually. Not holding Kuroky in, but acting more as a kinetic field. making sure that Kuroki can't run out of that as Dendi comes in, somehow picking up the last hit. Now with all 5 of the Na'Vi heroes on the top lane, they're going to push down the tier 1 on the top. The gold advantage, experience advantage, vastly in favor of Na'Vi. You can see right there, Light of Heaven is plowing right through the forest. Clear off this creep wave in no time. Now with the level 4 Edict on Ars Art, this tower is going to go down real quickly. That Edict damage is OP. Leshrac tower kill, and Dendi still stalking around the Mouz forest. This game so far not going the way of Mouz. Tiny has had a lot of farm, but he hasn't really had a chance to capitalize on it. Smoke from everyone except for, oh no, net onto Kuroki. He's going to take a ton of burst damage and instantly get dropped. Dendi not participating in that smoke, but you know what? There's a lot of kill potential with these 4 heroes together. Another Edict is up and armed, and it's going to work on that tower. Dendi playing a little bit far forward, and that's what you got to do as Pudge. Pressure the enemies back just by being there. Hell, even you don't even have to be there. Sometimes you just have to be missing off the map, and that in itself acts as pressure towards the enemy team. Does Na'Vi want to keep pushing this? They do have Ravage, they do have Song of the Siren. They're a little bit weak on health, but with the level 4 Edict, with the Pudge on your team, you can constantly go fishing into the back lines. Hell, they might as well just put as much damage on this tower as they possibly can. Teleportation coming out. It is black. Maybe looking towards an artificial blink dagger onto Sing Sing. Doesn't have any mana though, so that would be suicide. Or I guess homicide, since it would be Tiny throwing in the Brewmaster. You get a couple of years sentence for that. Or it might be manslaughter, because it was accidental. No malice aforethought. Light of Heaven, though, teleported down to the bot lane. Looking to push that out. Has procured himself a Hand of Midas and something. Oh, God. Entire mech. That's what he has. The last tier 2 tower on Mouz is on the bottom lane for them. So Light of Heaven's going to want to try to make a little bit of a play towards that. Like Na'Vi, they're not in any rush. Pudge just camping out for a rune. Is going to find a double damage. Not the most useful for Pudge, but it is going to refill his bottle nonetheless. Puppy, still level 9, so no level 2 Ravage yet. Ars Art level 8. So he has his... Is that really necessary, Dendi? Is it really? But Ars Art has his 2 core skills maxed out in that Edict and Split Earth. Gonna go for stats, gonna go for that Pulse Nova, and just sit in the middle of everyone and try to survive. This is a Ring of Health, so that does signify a Bloodstone. It's a little bit late, and usually Bloodstones are gotten on Leshracs that have a lot of farm. But hey, I love seeing Bloodstones, so why not? Dendi is gonna go for that Aghanim Scepter, it looks like. And Black might be in a little bit of trouble. He's gonna gotta play a little bit far back, and well, he's not dicking around. He's gonna go all the way back. Not gonna mess with any possibility of running into Dendi. The tier 2 tower on the bot lane is gonna go down. Nothing that Mouz can do to save this. In the meantime, Boris is holding the top lane, just rip-tiding down the creeps, getting as much momentum onto that wave as he possibly can without putting himself at any danger. And with the Arcane Boots on the Naga Siren, she can do that all day. Teleports coming in. It's going to be Alex starting to set up those Plague Wards. Got to be careful, though. With Dendi around, it's never a safe place to be. Black does spot out the fact that Dendi is teleporting to the mid lane. He's got to get out of there. It's level 10 Pudge. Really? Yeah, those creeps, I mean, like, they have families, and they're just trying to make enough money to, you know, buy some bread for their families, wives at home, babies crying, and you just go and hook them. Is that really necessary? 11 for 2 in favor of Na'Vi. Oh, it's going to be a Vanguard. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense, I guess. Although, yeah, the burst magic damage is pretty high on Mouz, so maybe not the most sense possible. 4 heroes, plus the always available Light of Heaven. Gonna push down the top lane, it looks like. They already did do a little bit of damage up there. But is there a smoke? Yes, there is smoke from Mouz. This could go perfectly for them if they get a good engagement. They do have a Black Hole armed. They do have Sing Sing's ultimate armed. And Black, of course, is a level 12 Tiny, which speaks a whole lot to that. There's the surge in, blink in from the Bamboo, gonna catch 3, plus the vacuum in. Ravage though from Puppey canceling that off. Arzar pops off all of his spells. And there goes the Pudge instantly buying back. Song of the Siren popping out from her voice, stunned off so he can't cancel that. But there goes the cancellation, and Black's trying to run out of this. 18 HP. Puppey, do you have a gush? A long range net is going to ensure that death with the Riptide. Brewmaster still alive in his Brewmaster form, but he's going to run out of time very soon. There goes the Clap, trying to slow him down. Hook from Dendy, who's bought back in return to this fight. And Mouz, good engagement, but Puppey is there with the Ravage. Throw in on the Enigma into a black hole, into a vacuum. Such a cute combo. But unfortunately, Na'Vi, they're too tanky for that shit. You cannot fool them. They have a mech, and Mouz, they're nowhere near a mech on any of their heroes. 15 for 3, Na'Vi with the Tiny and Brewmaster down, the 2 of the deadliest heroes on the enemy team. They're going to push straight in, work on this tier 3 tower with level 4 Edict. Ars Art dishing damage at this point to the towers, vacuuming in everyone a little bit closer to him. Kuroki, not what you want to do. You want to be as far away from these guys as possible. Hook from Dendy, going to latch onto Alex, and that Venomancer is going to go down. Here comes Black once again with the Avalanche, with the toss, but he's now stuck in a Sprout. Going to do a little bit of damage before you guys go down, but the net is going to make it so he's unable to escape. Hook from Dendy, gonna latch Sing Sing as well. Dendy, it's like 100% hook success rate. What is this ridiculousness? He's going to bring down the Brewmaster, going to bring down the Darkseer, going to bring down the Enigma. Everyone is falling and everyone's buying back, and yeah, Bambo's like, why won't you die? Sing Sing sitting in the middle of everyone with that Ion Shell, doing a lot of damage, bringing down the Tidehunter, but now Kuroki's going to get hooked, and Dendy still around, still only with 100 HP, and Ultra Kill on Havorst is going to go for a Rampage, 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 Rampage on Havorst. Is there going to be a double Rampage? Alex might be in a little trouble. No mana on the Sonic Siren. She does have her, double Rampage! Double Rampage from Havorst. That is absurd. Killing 6 heroes in a row. Yeah, this Naga Siren, I mean, it's definitely hard to keep up with Dendy when he's playing Pudge. It's gonna be this, taking all the spotlight. But Naga Siren with a double Rampage. Once again, Na'Vi ending their game with Rampages. Dendy got it last time. Now it's Havorst. Who's gonna be next? I have no idea, but I'm so excited to find out. So thank you, Na'Vi, for running Pudge once again, keeping me entertained. And thank you guys for watching. This has been Na'Vi versus Mouz Sports. Na'Vi plowing through Mouz Sports with a Pudge pick once again. You gotta start banning out Pudge versus Na'Vi, man. It's just way too dangerous. Nomming on some tasty, pasty lizard meat. Doesn't bring him down, though. Thanks for watching, guys. I don't think I have anything else to say. Thanks for supporting me. Obviously, if you're not subscribed, then subscribe. Because I like seeing big numbers, even though they're not yet that big. And I believe that's it. GG, guys.